Akeem L., an American national, but not a citizen of the United States.
Peace, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Moor Empire Builders Show with your host, Akeem L., here on Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. Hope everybody's doing well. Everything with me is going great, as always. Pretty much all this week, just been reading different books, going through different things. Actually, we're going to talk about a little bit a treatise on equity pleading in practice. It's an ancient book, and it uses ancient words or old words that they don't use in court today. And some of the terms you should be using in court, because it's going to bring you back to your proper status and proper position in court. Because the terms that they're using now are basically U.S. citizen terms. Not only when they call you a person, individual, things like that, makes you a U.S. citizen, but the terms you use in court makes you a U.S. citizen. So you need to go back and find those ancient words, those old words that they were using in the courts, so that you can go back to common law and get away from these statutes that they created for their citizens, their subjects. If you caught the show on Tuesday, I read the New Hampshire Constitution, a little bit of it. I didn't read the whole thing. And in parts of that Constitution, it was calling people subjects, you know. And then parts of it was calling people the people, you know, showing that there was two classes of people. But that's what I'm going to talk about. But first, before I do that, Las Vegas is October the 5th, which is not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after this. So if you're looking to secure a spot, go online to akeeml.com, click the events tab. The information is there. It's only $200 to attend. To get the information that you're going to get there, that's a cheap price. At one time it was $300, $350 at sometimes, depending on the cost. But my expenses is not what they used to be, so I could cut the price down a little bit. And plus, I had help getting the venue. A few brothers over there in Las Vegas. Well, Las Vegas found the venue, and they chipped in their money to get the venue and the hotel. So thank you for them, to those brothers out there that did that to make it possible for you guys to have a seminar in that area. You know, the flights from this side of the country over there tend to be very expensive, no matter how soon you buy them, how early you buy them. It's expensive. So that really is what drives the cost up for a seminar, those flights. And then you got the venue that you got to get in the hotel stays. And if there's some type of special occasion there, or, you know, they're hosting some big event, that drives the cost up of everything, which Las Vegas is like a big place that people like to hold their events. When I was vendoring for DirecTV, that was one of their biggest places that they would hold their events for the year, was in Las Vegas. So that's what drives up the cost. But fortunate, you guys, only $200. That's all it takes to get there, to learn about your nationality, correcting your status. If you were listening to that song by The Temptations, Ball of Confusion, he said he made an interesting comment in there. There was an interesting verse. It said, the only safe place to be is on an Indian reservation, which I thought was interesting. You know, when we talk about nationality, who you really are, basically what they're saying is the only safe place to be is to correct your nationality. They knew that back then. I'm not sure if that was their intention when they said that, but that was an interesting comment to say, showing that they had certain rights that everyone else didn't have. U.S. citizens didn't have that. blacks, whites, whatever. They didn't have those rights. And I was actually watching a movie, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, about a guy, a brother went out to work on an Indian reservation to teach, and how they had their own school, and they had their own land. There was a separate government by themselves. Of course, those particular Indians, the people were pretty much didn't have a lot of money or poor because the government shut them out, didn't fulfill their end of the bargain when it comes to the treaties that they made with these people. And, of course, people didn't know how to enforce their rights when it comes to these treaties. So, but that was interesting that the song actually said that. And if you've been studying your nationality for a while, you know that, and you did it, it's helped you in some areas. Even with getting pulled over, people are giving out their passport card instead of the driver's license, and the police are just telling them to have a nice day. Leave them alone. So it's time to start taking it serious, because they are doing certain things to block people. People are still getting through, but I noticed, when I help people correct the SS5, then, we're not taking that. We're not adding it to the record. They're giving people a hard time. When I did it, I had no problems. And other people did it, they didn't have a problem. But certain individuals are running into problems. Just depends on where you go and who you're dealing with. Unfortunately, it's most of the time that we're getting difficulty is from people who have our same complexion, which is sad. We are blocking each other. They're not. The guy who helped me was a middle-aged white man. And he said, he looked at the paper, okay, I'll take care of it. Put it in. A couple weeks later, I got the new car. No problem. See, other people don't have a problem with us claiming our nationality. But if for some reason our own people have a problem with us not calling ourselves Black African American, Negro, they have an issue with that. How dare you not want to be one of us? And they don't even know what one of us is. They don't really understand those terms. But they will fight to the death for that, for those beliefs. We have a lot of beliefs. We have a lot of beliefs when it comes to religion. We follow a lot of programming when it comes to different things, religion, politics, education. And a lot of times we don't even know we're following a program. We don't even know we're following a script that our parents laid out for us. And if we look at how our parents' lives turned out, we don't even pay attention to the fact that if we follow that same path, we're going to have the same results they got. I mean, I love my people to death, but there's certain things I can't follow. Are you going to these different establishments out of habit, just in case? Is it really doing something for you, but making you feel good for a moment? And then you leave and you're in the same position. Because from my experience, the only thing that got me any real results was my digging down, opening up a book and reading it, and applying the principles of what I read. Some of y'all got the notion that just because I go and do these certain rituals, because it is a ritual if you do it consistently, it's a ritual, that somehow you're going to be saved. No, you're not saved because you sit in the church or you go to school or you go to some political function. You're not saved because of that. That's just you participating in some event. You're saved by the changing of your mind and applying the principles that are being taught there. But some of y'all don't even know what principles you need to apply. Like, I've known people, who died going to church consistently. My grandmother religiously went to church. Every week she went. And the same, and she couldn't see. You know, she was legally blind, but she took a bus from the Bronx to Manhattan because this is a church she went to all her life. And then when she ended up as an invalid in the hospital, in the nursing home, none of those people came from the church to see her. And the very church, when they tried to bury her in the, do the funeral at that church she went to, they wanted to charge. Now, this is a woman who worked for AT&T, and she retired, and she was still getting dividend checks from them, and so she was taking 10% of her earnings and giving it up to this church regularly. And they still wanted to charge her to have a service there, a 1-hour service. It was a fee. They couldn't even gift that. But why do we do these rituals? I can tell you why, because we're programmed, we're hardwired to do them from infancy, to follow a certain path. And this is why there's a big gap between people who have money and the people who don't have money, because people who have money don't follow the norm. Most of them people, it's not that they don't believe in God and believe in a higher power and spirituality, because I've met quite a few people up at that top level, and they were very spiritual people. And actually, I was able to sit there and converse with them about different subjects, and we could talk about the Bible and things like that, and we could relate. It's not that they don't have anything in common with you. They do. A lot of them come from those type of backgrounds. But they learn one thing, that this current structure of religion as a whole, no matter what faith you have, is designed to keep you distracted from your true divinity, your true power, because everything comes from within. You create your own currency. You create your peace. You create your wealth in your home. No God in the sky, no Jesus. None of them do that for you. None of them. No matter how much you say thank you, Jesus, for this, that, and the other. He's not doing it. Guess who's doing it? The people in your life. Who's paying the bills? Jesus is not paying bills. Jesus is not paying car notes. I know this might sting a few people, but I have to tell you what's real. Who is paying the bills? You are. You get up, you go to work, make the money, and pay the bills. Jesus is not going to work for you. And when you fall short, who pays? Who helps you pay it? Somebody you might have to pick up the phone. Hey, can I get a few dollars until I get my next paycheck? That person becomes your Jesus. That person becomes your savior for that moment. There's a lot of Jesuses running around here. It's not the one that they're talking about in the sky. There's a lot of messiahs. There's a lot of saviors. Everybody can be a Jesus or a Messiah. It's not relegated to one person or one entity that they talk about in the Bible. Like Reverend Ike says, if you are talking about a historical Jesus, then you don't know Jesus. You don't know the Messiah. You don't know Yahshua. Because your Jesus, your Messiah, could be the very person you cussing out for lack of appreciation of the things that they've done for you. Yep, I'm sure y'all experience this. The very people that you help are the very people that take advantage of you. And in that case, you are living out the example that the Bible. See, all of that stuff is esoterical, metaphorical examples of what you're going to go through when you have a Christ-like personality. When you're out there helping people, and they don't appreciate and they dog you out or they do something for lack of appreciation. I try to help my friend to understand that. You're not accepting your role as Christ in that situation. When you get upset about it or you get offended. Because people normally screw the people that really help them. They really do. The people that actually physically do things for them is the people that they overlook. People have a tendency to appreciate those that give them nothing. Why? Because they're chasing down some, they want to be liked by that person or whoever that is. And so they're trying to fight for that recognition. But a person that comes and genuinely helps, they don't know what that is. They don't do that. And we have to be mindful. We're not looking for somebody in the sky to come for us. The Jesus you're looking for is right there in you, in the mirror. And the Jesus that you're also looking for could be laying right next to you, putting up with your garbage. Yes, there's Jesus right there. That's who you should be thanking. That's what that scripture talked about when they were talking about when they were saying, when you fed me, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was needed clothes, you gave me a place to stay. And they said, well, when did we ever do? When you did it to the least of these, you did it to me. See, that was an esoterical, metaphorical way of saying you have to be the Messiah for people sometimes. And if you are not doing that, then don't expect anybody to do it for you. You're not reaching out. I watch people complain, nobody does this for me. Well, wait a minute, what are you doing? Because if you're doing it, you can't even notice. You won't even notice what people are not doing if you're doing it. Won't even notice it. Anyway. All right. One last thing before I get into what I'm going to read here. Tonics is at my website, akeemel.com. You can go and get what you need there. The Supreme Cleanse. What do you got? River of Life. And there's a few others. But anyway. All right. In this reading, I'm going to talk about the bill in equity. What is a bill in equity? A lot of y'all have experienced the bill in equity and don't even know it. Because they're not calling it a bill in equity. All right? When you get foreclosed on in that complaint, that's a bill in equity. That's what it is. They're seeking some type of remedy or relief by way of either taking your property or getting the money from you. It's a bill in equity. The bill of particulars. All right? All right, let's let me see where I want to start. I'm skipping around here, so I just want to read certain parts because what's happening is I see people getting different complaints lodged against them, or they're getting sued, and then they're answering these suits off of some YouTube video that tells them, tell them I'm the living man, flesh and blood. It's so many things that they say, but nothing ever addresses the complaint. And if you read this ancient book, it lines out that you got to address that complaint, that bill of particulars, that bill in equity, line for line. What we call affidavit of rebuttal. See, it wasn't called affidavits of rebuttals back then. See, Actually, affidavit of rebuttal is not even a legal term in their eyes. It's called, I said it before, an affirmative defense. And in here, they call it something else. But y'all going to find out tonight. And I really believe that you should start using some of the style in your paperwork the way this book lines out. Because we have to, all of these laws that were created when, a couple hundred years ago, these rules for the court, 200, 300, 400, 500 years ago. All right, here it is. The office and nature of the bill. All causes in equity are commenced by filing a bill in equity, a.k.a. a complaint. As it is sometimes called a bill of complaint or an information. The bill in equity is somewhat analogous, am I pronouncing that right? Hang on, I meant to look that up so I can pronounce it right. Let me see how that's pronounced. It's analogous. Analogous. Okay, that's how it's pronounced. That's what it is. Comparable in certain respects, typically in a way which makes clearer the nature of things compared. Okay. All right. The bill in equity is somewhat analogous to the declaration of the law courts. It is concise, logical statement of the complainant's cause of complaint in which the parties are introduced, the facts upon which the relief sought are stated, and the relief desired prayed for. All of the facts which the complainant expects to prove at the hearing and upon which he rests his prayer for relief should be set out in the bill of complaint. So what is it? Bill of complaint, bill in equity. By this is not meant that the testimony of the witnesses must be fully narrated in the bill, but superfluous verbiage and useless repetition will not be permitted, but that the substance of the case must be stated and sufficient of the facts set forth to give the court. In the opposite party, a full understanding as to the facts upon which complainant seeks the relief prayed for, and such an extent that when the testimony is offered, there will be no surprise to the defendant, and it can be said that the bill of complaint, by its allegations, has fully apprised the court and the parties of the facts offered and proved. These facts must be stated in a lot with precision, brevity, certainty, and simplicity. So they're saying it has to be precise and simplistic. So I see some of these things 20 pages long. These people have court cases all day long. They do not want to see a 20-page long document. And I see answers that way. They think the more little fancy words they put in there, the more it's going to get read. No, it's not. I'm just thinking about me and how I work, right? People send me stuff to read all the time. I don't want to read y'all stuff like that. I'm not here to grade papers. I'm here to give you the information. You read it. You put your stuff together. Because nobody reads my stuff. I don't send it to nobody. Hey, check this out. No. A lot of the stuff I have on my computer, no one has ever seen. Other than the people who I've helped, I've done this stuff and I sent it to them. That's it. No one has ever seen it. I've been telling you, I have templates right now in storage right now until the time is right. Nobody reads that stuff or proofreads my stuff, but somebody work. When I do release it, they get results. Why? Because I study, put pen to paper, and then I try them. Let's see what happens. Y'all going to have to start doing that. Be responsible for yourself. All right? Where was I? Precise. Equity pleadings has no doubt in these days become a science requiring some degree of technical knowledge to master it. It in its various branches the pleader to successfully draft a bill in equity must know the legal principles which govern his case and be able to clearly and logically state his cause of action and formulate the proper prayer for relief, and also be able to follow the cause in the Chancery Court. Now, you see, it says state his cause of action. Every complaint must have a cause of action. What caused the complaint? Was it a breach of contract? Or let's just say somebody put something on your credit report, some third party. Cause of action is what? What is the cause of action? Defaming your character. You don't have a contract with a third party character, so he defamed you. He caused harm to you by your credit score being decreased. Now when you try to seek remedy or you go to, get a loan or something, they denied you. You need to enter that in your complaint. Some of you will get more money if you would say, okay, he put this on my credit, and this is the harm it caused. I couldn't get this loan, and show the proof, show the denial letter. I just gave y'all some hints on getting some more money. Go apply for something, knowing you're going to get turned down because that crap's on your credit. Take that, and that's going to be your evidence to go run into court and show how they harmed you. You see, what y'all doing is y'all just saying, oh, it's on my credit report, damaging my credit score, and that's the harm. No, you need to create some counts. That's count one when you put it on your credit report. Count two is I went to go get credit, and I was denied and harmed. That's another count against them. All right? All right. Judge Story, in his work on equity pleading, says the statement of the case and prayer of the bill for relief or otherwise always were and continue to be, to this date, the very substance and essence of the bill. The great importance of a full logical statement of the case in the bill will be more fully appreciated from the fact that the courts have often held that upon this statement with a prayer for general relief, a decree should be given to the complainant such relief as he is equitably entitled to. The parties to a bill in equity are called. The person who institutes the proceedings in equity by following the bill are called complainants or plaintiffs. Those against whom the action is brought, defendants. The complainant in the bill is called orator. If a female, or oratrix. If the proceeding by information, the person upon whose relation the information is filed is called relator. An information in equity, when a suit in equity is instituted on behalf of the state or the government or those who are under its immediate protection or control, as for example, idiots or lunatics, the pleading presenting the matter of complaint is called in information and is exhibited in the name of the Attorney General or the proper law officer of the state. If the suit immediately concerns the state, the bill is exhibited on the relation of the Attorney General. So, say, for example, I'm suing the state. And I'm suing for monetary gain. Y'all do know that criminal courts are equity courts too, right? Because why? They have a fine attached to it. They have bonds attached to those cases. So all of these courts are equity courts. So you're suing the state. You have to name the Attorney General in that complaint. Because why? He represents the state. He is the attorney for the state. He's the state's attorney. A lot of people are suing the state, and they just call it the state, and then their case gets dismissed. Why? You failed to name an interested party or indispensable party. I read that for that reason. I read that part. If the suit immediately concerns the state, the bill is exhibited on the relation of the Attorney General. If not, it may be at the instance of or under the direction of a person whose name is inserted and called a relator. Information differ from bills in equity only in form, and generally it may be said that the same rules apply. All right? So I'm going to skip over to, we're going to get to the defense. Now, you on the defense side, there's a lot of y'all on that side of the complaint. So let's go to the answer. So let's just say you're being sued, whether it be foreclosure, even in criminal court. Like I said, they're all equity courts. The answer of the defendant in general, if the bill of complaint is not demurrable and cannot be met by a plea, what does demurrable mean? See, this is where you talking about ancient terms. Demurrable. A pleading, petition, or the like is said to be demurrable when it does not state such facts as support the claim, prayer, or defense put forward. So basically, demurrable means dismiss. It's another way of a motion to dismiss, meaning the case has no merit, so it should be dismissed. It's demurrable. Okay? That's the words that they're using from this book. I'm sure you've never seen this book, or this is from 1904. They don't say those words anymore. They'll say things like this case has no merit, or what other words? It's frivolous. But that's the word that they're using, demurrable or demur, D-E-M-U-R. Demur. Right. By a plea or either of these offenses has been adopted and the demurrer or plea has been overruled and the defendant does not desire to claim any interest in the suit, having a defense to the case made upon the merits, he should answer the bill. So he says he's got to answer that bill if he's not going to enter a motion to dismiss. That's basically all of that was said to say that. The answer is the most useful defense in equity. By it, the defendant is at liberty to set up as many defenses as he pleases if they are consistent with each other, to traverse or confess and avoid. What does traverse mean? Traverse. It's not a car neither. I know they got a car out there called Traverse, the Chevy Traverse. Traverse. Extend across or through. Consider or discuss the whole extent. Move back and forth or sideways. So basically, when they're using that word traverse, is basically to sidestep or avoid the complaint. You know, you can give an answer in certain ways where it doesn't make you look guilty or not guilty. All right. This is the traverse or confess and avoid or otherwise answer each and every allegation of the bill of complaint, setting out concisely and fully his defense to each and every claim of the complainant. This is the most common defense in equity and is the only one by which the case can be defended upon its merits by meeting all of the allegations of the bill of complaint. So you got to meet all of them. It is said that the answer is the ordinary mode of defense in an equitable proceeding and may be put into the whole bill or to such parts thereof as are not covered by plea or demurrer. So if you don't do a motion to dismiss, you got to answer. Since it may be embraced with more circumstances than a plea, it may be used with greater propriety where the defendant is not anxious to prevent a discovery, though the plea might be a complete bar. But whereby introducing additional circumstances, he has an opportunity of exhibiting his case in more favorable light. The answer is the best mode of defense. The answer is twofold in its nature and effect. In all cases where the bill seeks for general relief, the answer of necessity consists of two parts. First, the defense to the case made by the bill, and second, the answer of the interrogatories of the complainant by way of discovery. I didn't talk about interrogatories. Interrogatories is what? For a set of questions, you get them to admit or deny some fact, or it gets them to uncover truths in the case, or falsehoods, one or the other. All right? A bill may not be strictly a bill for discovery. Every bill in equity which prays for relief requires of the defendant that he shall make a full, true, direct, and perfect answer to the several allegations in the bill of complaint. See, it keeps reiterating, reinforcing that you have to make clear, precise answers to these complaints. So if you got a case of traffic ticket, and they said you were speeding this and that, and in your answer, you're saying, hey, I'm the living man, and I got my UCC1 filed and my DBA filed, blah, 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 and you're using that just as an affidavit, and that's your rebuttal? Because that's what I've seen. I've actually seen people that put that in, and that's their rebuttal. But they never rebutted the fact that I deny that I was speeding. I deny that you had jurisdiction to even pull me over because you didn't have the Constitution, or you didn't have a warrant as required by the Constitution. I don't see those elements in the answer. So a judge can look at those answers, and if you don't see direct rebuttals, responses to the particular complaint, he could just throw everything out, no matter what you got in there. You have a certified copy of the Constitution all you want. That's why I always tell y'all to do a motion to dismiss first. Because the motion to dismiss is going to talk about jurisdiction and say how we don't have to talk about my answer because you didn't have a right to pull me over. So you have to do a pleading or a motion to get around answering. That's what they call traversing. So you do that, and then if they push back the motion to dismiss, you go in and then you answer, but the answer has to be coherent and in line with what the complaint is saying. Meaning it has to totally rebut what they're saying you did. Now, discovery comes after that. Once you do your rebuttal, or you do your motion to dismiss, you do discovery. Then you can, because a lot of times what I like to do the motion to dismiss, and then I ask for discovery so that I can do a proper answer. Sometimes you can't answer in an appropriate time, so you ask for an enlargement of time because you're still waiting on discovery. That's how, and you get permission. You don't just not do it. You get permission. You say, hey, I need time, enlargement of time, because I'm waiting on discovery, haven't received it, then I'll answer. And then the court gives you a certain amount of time or extended time, and 99.9% of the time they extend it if you do it right. All right. Let's go over to another page. So now that you have rebutted their complaint, and if the other party has an option to take exception to your rebuttal, here it is. When there is an answer to a part of a bill, a plea to a part, or a demurrer to a part, exceptions cannot be taken to a plea exception except by permission of the court. But where there is an answer to a portion of the bill, a plea to a portion, and the answer is insufficient, the complainant may accept to the answer, and the plea is ordered to stand for an answer, it is presumed to be sufficient and not subject to exceptions unless permission is obtained from the court. But if the plea is ordered to stand for an answer with liberty to accept, or is accompanied by an answer which will enable the complainant to accept without such special leave, then upon reference, it will be ascertained whether the bill is fully answered. Hold on. There was something else I wanted to read first before that. Exception for... exceptions to answer. All right, let's read this. When an answer under oath is not waived by the complainant and the answer filed is insufficient to meet the discovery or is scandalous or impertinent, the complainant may accept to the answer. This is what people are doing when they put all of that patriot stuff in their paperwork. They're putting what the court is deemed scandalous information, stuff that is not pertinent to their case. And from that point on, the court does not take you serious. It's very hard to fight a case after someone has put all that stuff in there and they try to go back and fix all of that. It's very hard. It makes my job a whole lot harder. So there it is, summary of what you should do. That's not all. That's just some things. I just gave you some backbone of what happens in the court. And right on time, my daughter's calling in. I will be right back. Oh.
Hindsight Radio. I represent it. The information station changing the nation.
All right, I'm back. All right, let's get to the phone lines. Once again, we got a seminar coming up in Las Vegas, Nevada on October the 5th. Go to akemail.com and all of the information is there. What I'm going to be talking about, DS11, SS5, driver's license correction, and a host of other information. akemail.com, click the events tab. All right, let's go to the first caller, 757-274.
It's long, brother. Peace to the gods.
Hey, peace to God. What's going on? All right,
I was just tuning in. First of all, I did listen to what you were saying. A lot of people, I'm one of those people that I'm trying to find the actual tools and the actual the mindset, to actually free myself. I don't know what I'm actually looking for. I'm still a student, so I'm just tuned in, listening for the most part. I remember you talked to me Tuesday. I've been in the archives, taking notes, but I really just don't know where to jump in at. As far as nationality, I still haven't jumped in. I was going to ask you, what do you advise me to start from so I can get my study on and understand where do I got to go in my mind to actually find this understanding. Where do I go in the archives?
Archives? Go back and listen to the archives of the shows. I mean, from the very beginning, we had a lot of shows on different topics.
Nationality.
Nationality, you can go back about a couple of years. We've been talking about that. I got YouTube videos on that you can watch. I don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah, and that's my question. I do watch them. Like right now, as we speak, I was just on YouTube. I'm subscribed to your channel. Yes, I am subscribed. Yeah, Akeem L. So yeah. What were your passport Eliza National? I watched that one recently. National Akeem National versus State Citizen. I watched that one recently. So I'm just trying to get a grip. I watched the other ones.
Best thing to do is read that Constitution for your state and understand that, because that's where a lot of your remedy is.
Now, I have the 1901 Virginia Constitution. I think I need an actual certified. I know I need the right Constitution, because when I first was doing my injunction, some of the verbiage that I was looking for that y'all guys was teaching, like ex post facto law, it wasn't actually wrote out for in some of the constitutions. I had to go dig deep for it. So I think I might need to get another constitution. You got to read the one.
A lot of them too. Some constitutions say retrospective laws. So you got to look. They use different words for the same situation.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now, brother,
get you a dictionary. So that means you have to get a dictionary out when you're reading those constitutions. Preferably get a dictionary from like the 1800s. The newer dictionaries can kind of mislead you. Kind of, they will. Yeah, what were you about to say?
I don't want to play any games with my nationality. I really want you to just point, as a student right now, I just want you to point me where my homework needs to be right now so I can get on my homework, and the next time I come on the air,
the archives, because I've done plenty of shows on nationality.
The archives.
Go back and listen. A lot of them are labeled, too.
I've been listening today. Actually, not to lie, I've been listening today. Yes. Which one was I just listening to? Yes.
Study your roots. Once you just study your family history, where y'all come from.
Right. That's another thing I was going to ask you. All right. Here's my questions. I remember I had asked your son once before. I don't like bringing your son up, but I do talk to him a lot. I ask a lot of questions. But I asked him, how did I get the nationality done? And he was like, my dad, I asked him, should I go to a temple, right? This was like at least a month ago when I talked to him. He was like, well, my dad didn't go to a temple for his nationality. And I was saying, okay, so that explains that he found out everything on his own.
How can a temple give you nationality, though?
Right.
That's the question.
Right.
Whoa.
Right.
A temple can't give you nationality.
Not right, but I'm listening. So, I had all these thoughts of going to a temple like tomorrow. I met a few brothers. One time he came, I didn't go that week because someone was saying, no, I don't need to go to the temple. And I was getting back in the archives. So I'm really doing my due diligence, brother, to find out how I can get my nationality. Oh, and another thing, I found, I was in the archives. I do remember someone saying RV Bay Publications, right? And I also had met a sister that's in Norfolk, Virginia. Her name is Cimarron Richdale. I'm not sure if you know her, but she's a sister.
No, I don't know those people. And I can't. If I don't know them, I can't endorse what they're saying. This is what I'll tell you, because you're naming a lot of people. This is what I tell you. Nationality is not given to you. You claim who you are. You have to know who you are, and you claim that, right?
Yes.
No temple can give you that. That comes from up above, or when I say up above, that comes from your consciousness. You say who you are. No one defines who you are. You have to define that. So, Bear, how you going to define yourself? You go find your roots of your family. They might be, they most likely are part of the indigenous people here. So you got to find out what tribe they belong to. You claim that as your nationality. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you kind of sounds like you just. I don't understand what you got. You got a lot of confusion going on. You know, what do I call myself? Who do I look to call myself? Do I go to a temple? Do I go to here? You go dig into the roots of your family, and that's how you figure out what your nationality is. But I can tell you what you're not, a U.S. citizen. I can tell you that. All right.
Okay.
All right, bro.
All right, brother. I appreciate it.
All right,
I'm going to get my head right.
All right.
Peace, brother.
Let's go. Thank you. All right, peace. I can tell you what you're not. I had someone call me. I'm part of Christ. I'm from the kingdom of heaven. What should I put on my affidavit to describe that? I'm like, I can't tell you that. That's your belief system. You write that down. If that's why when I start questioning people's beliefs, because if you're asking me to define your religious beliefs for you and how you should convey that on a paper, do you really have those beliefs? Is it real to you, or is it something you're saying? Because I know what to put on the paper about myself and what to say. I didn't consult anybody for how I was going to classify myself on my national paperwork. I woke up and I said, this is what I want to do. We have to get out of this this mode of looking for others for answers and go within yourself and find your answers. Your answers are in you. I'm not that type of teacher that can control every aspect of this learning process. I show you information, read this, read that. When it comes to defining who you are, who you want to be, that's on you. I will not take that responsibility on. All right? And you shouldn't try to put that responsibility on anybody else. All right, let's go to 803-410. Peace.
Peace, Hakeem. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Peace. What's going on?
Good, man. This is Shemuel. This is the cat that I was at the seminar. I knew some of the same people that you knew there in Columbia.
Yeah, I know who it is. I got you.
Okay, yeah, man.
I got you.
I like what you was reading. One thing that stuck out is when you were saying, now this was in 1904, is that correct?
This was published in 1904.
You know, I see where it started out saying that that your answer should be simple or simplistic, and then you read a couple lines down, and then it says that now, even in 1904, that being able or either trying to answer has gotten technical. So even then, they were trying to make it hard for you to do what you had to do. You know.
Right. Convoluted. That's what they tried to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was, something good. Let me go back. Something good that happened. I actually have been reading some. I've been reading some of the Torah, and I was reading Psalm 82, and it was talking about how God came down in the assembly of the gods, and it was talking about how the gods are here on the earth, and then how we're going to die the death of a man, right? Because you don't recognize that you're a god, you're going to die the death of a man, and, people, so now when you say something good, I'm beginning to understand now, to separate that manhood from the godhood, and begin to understand that, like you were talking about, this is in that skit, this is a religious deal. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was something good. I'm beginning to open my eyes. And then I was reading 102 of Psalms, and it said that my enemies have taken an oath against me. And that's definitely pertinent to the day,
Yes. That's the truth. Now, when you said you read that in the Torah, right?
Well, I read that in the Old Testament Psalms, yes.
Okay, that was Psalms. Okay, yeah. That was for me. I thought you said something about the Torah. Yeah.
Okay, it was in the
Psalm. You are God, you are all sons of the Most High.
Yes.
But you will die like mere mortals. You will fall like every other ruler.
Yep.
Yes, that's what it says.
That's good stuff, man. But I didn't have much tonight. I wanted to ask you, though, you were saying that we were supposed to get the SS8 and the SS9, a couple documents. I hadn't gotten mine. I don't know if I did.
I didn't get y'all email address.
We put it on Document Bay's. We actually put it on Document Bay's register whenever we were there. I thought that's what we were doing.
She might have given it to me. I didn't look in my bag. I was like, I got to send y'all these forms. But, just shoot me an email, and I'll send it to you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, just shoot me an email, and I'll send it to you. Because I was thinking, I got to send these forms. I said, I don't have the emails for the people that was there. I might have it. I just didn't. If you didn't play online, like the people that paid online, I could shoot it to them. But only a few people paid online versus who was there. So, just shoot me an email saying you attended, and I'll send it to you. Okay,
brother. Well, I appreciate it. Keep it up, man. You're definitely helping us.
Don't be sending me no email. You ain't come to that seminar, and then I'm going to verify it with the document base. So, how people try to get slick. So
that's right.
Don't waste your time. Because I ain't gonna, if I ain't familiar with the email or who you are, I'm gonna send them that email address and they're gonna verify if you was there or not. So it can't be verified. All right.
Hey, look, one last thing I'll say, man. I'm gonna send you. I talked to you at the seminar. I'm gonna send you the site where they're the lowest every time on your cars, hotels, and cruises. So I'll send that to you so you can save some money.
You were talking to me about that. Right. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Send me that, man. Please.
Okay. All right, man. All right. Well, peace to the guys, man.
Brother, peace. Thanks for the information. Thank you. All right.
No problem. Bye.
All right. Let's go on to 203-491.
Greetings, Akeem.
Greetings. What's going on? Peace.
Peace, brother. It's Anthony here. I got some good news.
Good news. What's going on? I like good news.
Yeah, I received it. Passport.
Oh, man. That's great. That's great. All right. What was your name again?
This is Anthony.
Anthony. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All right. You got it. You good. You just waiting on the card to come now.
Yeah, I received it today.
Okay. You got it? All right. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, just wait
now.
On
Just
that
order your certified copies. Go get your certified copies, and you go to my YouTube channel. I got a detailed video on how to go get your certified copies.
Okay. Hey, I don't want to say too much because we did that private, but I just want to. Hopefully, I don't want to go overboard. When did we?
I'll stop you if it does.
Okay. The rescission part of the explanatory. Was I supposed on the rescission part of the explanatory?
What about it?
Was I supposed to sign my name right next to that?
No. I don't know. Okay. Brother, you signed it when you notarized it.
Yeah. Okay, I just checking. That's the only thing I wanted. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, bro. All right. Okay.
Nothing more than that.
All right.
But how you doing?
Good. I'm good. I'm doing great. I'm wonderful. Can't
great,
complain.
Man.
Doing a lot of reading, staying to myself, staying out of trouble. Like I'm purposely sometimes people calling me, I'm not even answering the phone, man. Not even answering.
Yeah, I know you're hard to get in touch with, bro. I know.
Well, that is people that call me, they want to complain about their life, and I don't want to hear all that. Now, see, y'all got to learn how to not to let people drag you down.
No.
The one thing people will drag you down with is their own problem. And see, I get people a couple of times, I give them, hey, you're letting that eat at you too much, and then they keep trying to make excuses why they want to stay in that place. I leave them there, and I don't answer the phone no more.
I
stay there. You want to stay there. I'm trying to tell you, let that go. People are going to do you dirty all the time. That's just life. Or you're going to perceive it as them doing you dirty. That's life. You got to accept that. That's the war. That's the Christ-like consciousness. You got to accept that. That's part of the law.
You're not going to come on this earth and go through something. You're going to go through something. It's going to come. It's going to go. It's going to go. It's going to come back again. It's constant.
But I did this for them. I did that. Why did they? Listen, you did it with an expectation that they was going to reward you with their gratitude. And now you're upset because they didn't. That's your fault.
That's right. Yeah.
That's your fault. I mean, that sounds hard, but it's the truth. You were looking for a reward when you did that.
Hey,
you looking for somebody to give you some type of accolade.
Put on a big boy, and the big boy.
You got to put a shoe. If you being a man and you got children, you don't get no accolades from nobody, for the most part. Maybe a few times you get a thank you, for the stuff that you do. If you really in your children's life and you're doing stuff, my son takes my granddaughter to see his mother, where she lives maybe 10 minutes away from me. He got to pass me to get to her. And he won't stop by here. And I do a lot for him. I ain't gonna go into no details about it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
No,
but I look at that and I say, you know what? That's on him. That's why he's gonna keep having a hard time because he ain't recognizing who's his savior, who's his Christ. He ain't recognizing that and being thankful for that.
Right past the house, right by the house, stop.
Right, but they when a problem jump up, the door handle broke. I get a phone call about that.
Oh, that's coming.
You know what I'm saying? What are you telling me about the door handle? Fix it. Don't fix it.
That's my.
What are you telling me for?
That's my father, Akeem. Boy, she gonna call you. You kidding me?
That's all I get. They want to tell me the problems. They don't want to tell me no good news. Hey, I got a check for you. I got the money for you. I don't hear nothing like that.
Right.
No,
just wanted to come from your end,
right.
not his end. Yeah.
Right, yeah. He was like, I fixed it. No, you broke it. You fixed it. I'm cutting back on them suckers.
Hey, but let me tell you something. As far as the license is concerned, it's got to take another step. As far as the license is concerned, to take another step towards bringing paperwork down to the DMV.
Yeah, you know what to do. That's why you're asking me. You take the same explanatory statements and turn that into the DMV. Now, of course, you got to change the wording from passport explanatory statements to driver's license explanatory and take it down there and add that as part of the record. Now, I can't give you details on your particular state because I'm not there, but that's basically what you do.
Right. So what I'll do, I'll put it together, and I change the wording, and then I'll take it right down there and give
let me give you fair warning. Don't email me or call me or text me talking about they won't take it.
Oh, no, I ain't going to do that.
Don't even, because I can't tell you, I can't go make them take it, or you got to sit back. When I first went, I didn't have an affidavit when I first did it, but when I first went, they took it. No problem. Because I went in there with the full authority and expectation. Hey, add this as part of the record. Oh, we can't do that. I said, well, then how y'all record the birth certificate? Oh, we scanned it in, just like you scan the birth certificate in. I wanted it as part of my record. Isn't that my right? Oh, let me talk to the supervisor. The supervisor said, okay, scanned it in. Boom, done.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'm definitely going to make that
They
move.
got scanners, but they got to make copies of everything you give them. They don't keep your bill that you give them to show your address. They scan it.
Right.
And they could do the same thing for that. Yeah.
And then the last thing will be the SS5 will be the last thing. So,
same process for that, too.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I do is now just deal with them tomorrow or whatever day I do with it this week or next week. But I'll get it together and I'll take it down there. Hey, man,
all right.
I appreciate you. You've been a great help.
Thank you.
And you're going to be, all right?
All right, okay.
All right, brother.
Man, thank
when you come in this area, though, man, when
you
coming in this area? But when you going to come in this area? I need you in this area.
Where you at?
Connecticut.
I've been there already, man. I've been there a year ago. I haven't been back.
Oh yeah, see, I know you a year ago.
This is what I tell people that want to do something. You get the venue, I'll be there. Set it up.
Okay. All right.
Set it up. All right. Okay.
All right, brother.
All right. Peace, y'all.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
All right, let's go to 503890. Peace.
How you doing,
What's going on, bro? I'm doing excellent.
I'm doing good.
Excelente. Yes.
Good.
The Costa Ricans call Para Vida. What's that? Per life, I think that means.
Para Vida?
Para Vida?
Vida?
Yeah. It's life, right?
All right.
Right. That is life. Yep.
Yeah.
But,
I got a hat.
I didn't have a
I bought
question.
a hat. I wear it. Huh?
Well,
go ahead.
You bought a hat when you went on your vacation? You went on your vacation down there? Didn't you, a while back?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I listened to the show, and I didn't have a question until I was listening, and someone brought up no ex post facto, and that reminded me. I got the traffic ticket bundle, and I used that on a traffic ticket. It was one of them camera tickets, whatever. And so I went to the court, and the judge read the part about the no ex post facto, and they had the definition of it and what it meant, and where was that in my Constitution. And he said, well, if you use this, say you can win every case. I was like, babies, I'm not allowing this. He said, I'm not allowing it. I can't come out, but that's the point. And so I lost the case,
to that he's trying to take your arguments away. And first of all, he's acting like a lawyer. He ain't supposed to do that. He's acting like a lawyer. Yeah. So I take exception. Judge. He's not giving me due process.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I have to learn my procedures better, and that's why I was practicing too, so I can get better at it. So I wasn't mad or nothing that I lost or anything. I was prepared either way.
You could have appealed it. You had that on the record, did you?
Yes.
You could have appealed that.
No, he told me. He told me you can appeal this if you want. And he said, and I'll prepare. He'll give me something, prepare some document or whatever, or something that I needed right now. If I was going to go ahead and he was appreciative of the. He loved the paperwork. He said, this is very good paperwork. It's very clear and concise. And that was your bundle. And I just, put in my information I needed. So this is I said, I don't know where you got this from, but this is very nice. And he loved the Constitution because it was the original handwritten one. And he was just loving it. He was looking all over. Like, he said, where'd you get this? That's the Secretary of State. I was like, wow, okay, it's great. He was nice, he was cool. He understood what I was trying to do. He said, this is one I've seen a lot of stuff come through this court, but he actually gave you credit, man. Gave you props for that paperwork.
Yeah, what you had was a live case that you actually, those cases were real. Those bundles are coming from real cases. They're not coming off of just a draft or out of my head. There's actually ways I have fought cases and got wins. Yeah, the ex post facto law. When that ex post facto or retrospective clause in the Constitution shuts down every case. Even if they move by you in the case, which a lot of times they do, you go to appeals, they're going to give you the win all the time. Because there's also, which I got to add to it, let me write this down. To even reinforce that, I'll show you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to just pull up a Constitution. To reinforce that, that statement, Constitution has another clause in it that reinforces that statement. And let's go. It's in the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Rights for all. All right. I gotta give me a second to skim through here. Hopefully I can find it. I usually find these things when I'm just reading.
Right.
But in most constitutions, at the very end of the Bill of Rights or the Declaration of Rights, it'll say, this Constitution is mandatory, not, there's a word for not, okay, right here. The provisions of this Constitution shall be taken, deemed, and construed to be mandatory and prohibitory, and not merely directory, except where expressly made directly or permissory by its own terms. If you take that little section, and most Constitution has that, and add it to the ex post facto law, that reinforces that section. What that statement saying that whatever's in this Constitution is mandatory and you must abide by it.
And that's at the end of the Bill of Rights.
And prohibitory. This is South Carolina, so I don't know what Constitution what state were you in?
Oregon.
Oregon, I haven't looked at theirs. But usually it's at the end of Bill of Rights or Declaration of Rights. After they give you all your rights, at the end of it has a statement like that. You take that and you reinforce it with that. He said to you, he said, well, I ain't going to let you win this. You win everything. But then if you had that other statement in there to go with that, coupled with that, that'd shut him down. He couldn't get around it. He said, wait a minute, Your Honor, it's mandatory and prohibitory, meaning that you have to take this over whatever that statute says. You see?
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I'm writing that down as you're saying.
You said
note of
Oregon.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oregon,
yeah, I believe 1857. I think that's the year. Oh wait, I got it right here. There's a copy of it right here in the chair. This preamble article of the rights. Gosh dang it, I need the cover. I'm pretty sure it's 1857. But here we go. Here it is. 1857. Yep, Oregon Constitution. Yep.
I'm just skimming through this Oregon one. They got something similar in wording, and I don't know if it's the 18, but I just kind of pulled up a PDF of the Constitution, and it says, let me go back to it. It says, the treatment of arrest, foundation for laws for punishment of crime shall be found on these principles. Excessive bail. I was just reading that thing and I moved trying to find something else. Okay, Section 22, it says suspension of operation of laws. The operation of laws shall never be suspended except by authority of the Legislative Assembly. Meaning, what it's saying, the Constitution is law. So you can use that to help you in that. But it doesn't, not as strong as that other
look at number
one is.
See if there's a number 33 in that version you're using.
You talking about the enumeration of rights?
Yeah. Would that be the same?
That's somewhat not quite as good as the other one. And sometimes if you go into the legislative part, you'll find that statement as well.
Okay.
So it may not be in this section, but if you go to the legislation start, it'll have a statement like that. All right.
Check that. Okay. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
All right. Peace.
All righty. Time is 8:38. All right, I'm getting off early tonight because I'm kind of mentally worn out from reading all day and doing other stuff. Today was car auction day, so you spent a few hours doing that. But I'll see y'all next week. I think my son is doing his show on Saturday mornings at 10. I think it's 10 a.m. 10 or 11. But I'll see y'all next Tuesday.